it's RebeccaMarie and welcome to or back to my channel. Today I am back with another video to add to my uni series, and this one is some hacks for first year students, for hall students coming next year, and it's just filled with a heap of ideas that I wish I knew before moving into halls. So hopefully it'll make things a little bit easier for you, help you understand what you need to pack and what you need for here. But yeah, I'm super excited to share this with you guys. Let's just get on with the video. Before I start, I actually need to say that I have added some different categories down below into the description box if you don't want to watch the whole thing and you think there might only be a couple things that are relevant to you. However, there are a heap of sections, a heap of hacks, and I hope that you enjoy it. So back into the video. Hey, it's future Rebecca and I've just finished editing this video. I made a couple more things to add. One was that if you use the measurements that I've given in the room storage section, just make sure that like the same furniture is in your hall. Like I'm not sure, like they're obviously the measurements for cap. So just like take things into consideration when I'm talking about cap and like rooms and things. But most of the hacks could be swapped between the different halls. And the other thing that I wanted to say was this is a really long video, so you could either watch it in parts or you could like speed it up. I don't know if I already talk too fast to have it sped up. But it's not too long, but like the information is good. So yeah, okay, enjoy. The first thing I'm going to talk about is move-in day. Obviously this is the most scary day. It feels really intimidating because obviously I haven't been put in that sort of setting in a while, but I would suggest that you say hi to everybody that you see. Like I wanted to do this. I was so confident that I was going to do this. I like manifested that I was going to do it and I didn't. I was so scared. I was in the line and I just stood there. I was like, oh, let's just get to the front of the line and let's get out of the line. And obviously this is fine. You'll make friends anyways, but it's obviously a good place to meet people, and you just have to remember that everybody is in the same place as you. Everybody is just as scared. Everybody is in a first time situation. Like you're not going to get judged for saying hi, and if you are, they're obviously not the right people to be friends with. But yeah, that's just one thing that I wish I did. Another thing is when you get up to your room, I would suggest that you take photos of any like little imperfections, like a little stain on the carpet, a little stain on the wall. Just take a picture of anything that is not perfect, because then at the end of the year if you got pulled up for it, you could be like, actually I have a photo from the first day. It's pretty easy to take some photos. Just take some photos and just save them so you've got them for at the end of the year. Okay, linking on to like just moving in is socialization. So I've got a couple little tips and tricks around this. When you move in, it's pretty important to have a door open policy. So this is just keeping your door open, saying hi to everyone who goes past. It's just a really good way to introduce yourself to everyone and make yourself seem really open and wanting to get to know people. If you have your door closed from day one, like no one's gonna like come into your door when they're super scared. So leave it open, say hi to everyone, and do like rounds of the floor. Just make sure you're like door open. Just keep talking to everyone and mind open, door open. Yeah. Another thing to keep in mind is that you're in a building that is almost the size of your year level at a high school. So if you think about high school, you were not friends with everyone, which means you do not have to be friends with everybody who is in your hall. You obviously can be if you want to be, but not everyone gets along with everyone, so don't be scared to like cut people off. Don't hang out with the people that make you unhappy. There is going to be your people in the hall. You just have to put yourself out there and find the right people. But yeah, remember that you do not have to be friends with all 100, 300 people in your hall. One other little hack around this is use O week to your advantage. You can go anywhere, you can say hi to anyone. My best friend was on floor 10 and came and stumbled into our common room in O week, and now we're best friends. And I don't know if I would have met him another time, but yeah. So I just think make sure that you use O week to your advantage, say hi to anyone. Once again, everyone's in the same boat, wanting to get to know people, wanting to socialize, and who knows who you'll meet. Your swipe card and your key. Okay, I found a really good way of keeping my key and my swipe card safe, especially during O week and all of the like town trips and the partying, was to attach it to a carabiner, and then I would hook that through my like belt loop, and then I could tuck it into my pocket and it wouldn't fall out when I was in town. It was super safe and meant I didn't have to carry around the whole lanyard. It fit into my pocket, it was really discreet, and I would always have it attached to me, like it wasn't gonna fall off. So that's a good hack. I mean, you definitely don't have to do that, but it was a little flex of mine that I really liked, my little carabiner thing, so I thought I'd mention that to you guys. Another thing to do would be make your key card and your key a little bit unique. This way if you lose them, they'll have like a sticker on them or something, and you can ask people, hey, have you seen the one with the purple flower on it? Or the bit of washi tape, or something like that. Also, you could take a picture of it, and then if you guys have like a page, Facebook page or like group chat or something, you could put it in there and be like, has anyone seen this this key card. Just makes it easier when you do lose it. And if you have a picture of it, also have the number of your swipe card on it, so you can just ask people if they've seen this number, and then if they see it around, they'll be like, oh, that belongs to them, and it's just way easier to get it back. Organization. Okay, when starting the hauls, it is really hard to split being social and splitting out how you're going to do work. So I would say to make your time plans and set your boundaries for yourself early. So this is like, if you want to study for an hour a day, set that hour, and you need to just remove yourself from people to do it, because I did not do this and it ended up biting me in the bum because I was so stressed for a little bit and had to completely revamp my time schedule because I was just prioritizing socializing. And obviously it's a once in a lifetime opportunity living in the halls. It's super fun and that is what it's about, and I fully recommend it. Like, I caught up. But if you want to reduce the stress, maybe just set the timelines at the beginning and set your boundaries. That also kind of links onto the door open policy. So if you have your door open all the time, if it's closed when you need to study, people will know that, like, not to come in because it's always open other than that. So hopefully that like helps with your keeping on track of things as well. This is definitely a hard thing to do, not essential, but it just would make things easier. To stay organized, I would suggest getting a wall planner. Last year, the Victoria Students Association thing gave us some at O Week, but I bought one from Saiko, and it's super cute. It's just helpful to plan all the big events and also your assessment dates into there. So leading on from that, know your assessment dates. It's not like high school, you can't just miss an assignment date and be like, oh, like, can I have an extension after it's due? Like, you need to know when they're due. If you need an extension, you have to ask in advance. But just make sure you know when they're due. So this is definitely not something you have to do as well, but I wrote down all my assignment dates and everything I'd need for each week. So I had like a weekly planner sort of thing, and I also had a daily planner, which I didn't end up using, but I stuck on the different things I was going to do that day. But yeah, that was not used. But yeah, those could be good ideas if you need something else to help you stay on track or know what you need when you're running up to a tutorial a little bit late. At the beginning, going up to campus can be super daunting. It's really big, like there's a lot of people there, and it's kind of hard to find some of the room. I'd suggest writing down your classes and where they are at different times, because sometimes the one on one day can be in a different place to the one on the other day that week. So you just write it down, make sure you have it on your phone, then when you get up there you can always ask for help. And I would also suggest that if it is your first time going up to a specific class, leave like 20 minutes early. It's better to get up the hill and then find it and just sit around for like 10 minutes rather than get there late. Like, that's so stressful. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, always go in if you get up there and you're there late, but it definitely makes it a lot less stressful for your first class. So just leave early, make sure you have enough time to find the classes and have them written down so you don't need to like go get your whole laptop out and find it. You can just have it on your phone. Health. Okay, so keeping your health up within the hall when there's 300 people is a little bit hard. If one person gets sick in your friendship group, you are likely to get sick because you're hanging out all the time. Your room is their room. Everyone just is all around each other. So it's kind of unlikely that you won't get sick at some point, and it's definitely not fun being sick in the halls. So I'd suggest that maybe keeping some vitamin C's, any vitamins that help you feel healthy, any immunity boosters, having those around and just taking them as soon as you feel a little bit ill, or just taking them all the time to keep your immune system up is definitely super smart whilst living in the halls. I'd also suggest to drink a lot of water, just maybe keeping a water bottle in the fridge, 1 or 2 of them, and just making sure you drink water. I still don't do this enough. It's definitely something I lose track of whilst being in the halls. I don't know if that's the same for a lot of people, but just, yeah, please remember to drink your water and stay healthy. Okay, now my food hacks. One of the first things is that it's good to have snacks, especially after just moving in, as it might be quite different meal times to what you're used to. So it's just good to like make sure you don't get hungry and go out and buy loads of expensive snacks and then you won't want to eat dinner. So yeah, just having like a muesli bar, chocolate bar, whatever you want, some chips in your room is super helpful. If you are going out for the whole day during uni or just out for the day in general, use the grab and go or order a lunch the night before, because it saves you so much money. Like, it won't seem that big a deal at the beginning, but when you get further into the year you realize how much money you spent on food at the beginning, and the grab and goes are just as good. You can make a sandwich the night before, not the night before, the day before, but there's so many options to save money when you're out and about on food. If you're using the hot chocolate machine, at Capital, definitely, there is a button that says Chocky Milk and one that says Hot Chocolate, I think. And press the Chocky Milk one because it's better. And then yeah, catch the water, and then you could fill it up again and catch the water again, like in a different glass, and then tip the water away and just have your really nice like milky hot chocolate, and they slap so hard. So fully recommend those. It's good to have some Tupperwares around in your room, then you can keep things in the fridge nice and safely. You can keep some biscuits, don't have to eat them all in one night. Another hack is to make sure you write your name on anything that is in the fridge. This way nobody will just take it because like, oh, that has no name on it, I can eat it. Bathroom hacks. When you go to the bathroom and all you want to do is brush your teeth or wash your face and you just want to go to sleep, and there is just water all over the floor because somebody hadn't put down a little towel, it is the most annoying thing ever, and you have to go along the bathrooms until you find one that's not soaked on the floor. So don't be that person that just soaks the floor. Like, it's literally like $3 for a towel. So I went and bought a little towel and you just lay it on the ground and use that as your little bath mat. It doesn't have to be an expensive bath mat, it can just be a little hand towel that you use. But yeah, it will definitely make it easier for you as well being in the bathroom. It's definitely kind of gross standing on like all that cold water when you get out of the shower. Then you'll also need a way to carry your stuff to the bathroom. I just use a vanity case, and I have little smaller bottles that I transfer my other stuff into, so I don't have to take everything to the shower at once. But this definitely isn't necessary. I just don't want to have like a huge carry case. Maybe look on Pinterest if you want other ideas. Laundry hacks. If you are doing a load, you could always share it with somebody else. Like if their load will fit with your load in the washing machine, then that way you only have to pay for like just the washer or just the dryer, and then they'll pay the other one, so you get a half price pretty much. And the only other thing I would want to say is to make sure you put timers on when you put your stuff into the washing machine. This is because some people are just super impatient and might take your stuff out if it's in there for more than like 5 minutes after. This is kind of rare, like just in case, maybe just put some timers on, come back and take it out, especially if someone's waiting to do this, because it's so annoying when you're someone who's waiting. You'll learn it from like the other side why it's so important to put timers on. But yeah, just make sure you keep track of your laundry and just take it out ASAP for your clothes safety and also for the convenience of others. Okay, this is my final and very large last section for this video, and that is room hacks. So let's just start off with a quick general one, and that is the heater button. So I didn't learn this till like maybe a couple months in, but if you press the heater button once, then it like does this blue flashing thing. And that means it will turn off after a certain amount of time. And if you hold it down when you press it, then it will stay on, and it will stay on forever until you turn it off again. So that's huge hacks, because we were all like, why doesn't it stay on, like it gets cold? And then someone realized it and everybody was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Okay, so room decor. The first thing I want to say is to make sure you bring things that make you happy. After living in the halls for a little bit, it can be a little bit scary or lonely being away from home, even though there's so many people around. So make sure you just make your room your own, have some pictures of your friends around, have like any trophies or anything. I have a sewing machine because that makes me happy, and then obviously the color pink makes me happy. I don't know if you guys have noticed, my room is very pink. But yeah, just make sure you make your room like a positive place that reminds you of home or reminds you of things that make you happy. Another thing I suggest bringing is a full-length mirror. I found this super helpful. This is just one thing that people might forget, that your room doesn't come with a full-length mirror. So if you really are used to having one at home, maybe just buy a cheap one from Kmart or Warehouse. Some of them can hook to the back of your door, or you could easily use some of those like cool like strip things you like stick it to the wall. I've got mine leaning on a box, but definitely helpful if you're used to having one. If you want to have a photo wall where all of your photos are like spaced out really nicely on the wall, I would suggest printing your photos as squares, because then when you line them up with each other, they're all the same way. Having photos that are landscape and portrait is super annoying when you're trying to make them all layer up on the wall like super nicely. So I'd suggest, yeah, just printing them as squares. The people whose rooms I've seen them do this look so mean, like, oh, it's so nice. But yeah, I would fully recommend that if you wanted to have loads of photos of your friends around. But if you wanted them like all collaged on the wall right next to each other like I do, then it doesn't really matter if they're like that way or that way. Leading on from this, make sure you bring enough blue tack for all your photos. Super annoying getting there and you're like, oh, I've got all my photos put up, ready for move-in day, and then you have no blue tack. Like, not a great start. One more thing to bring that you definitely don't have to bring is just like a little blanket, like a throw blanket to put on your bed. Definitely better for those colder months, and also just super cute for like movie nights or just like chilling in someone's room, chilling in the common room. Okay, now we have some little room storage hacks. This is probably my favorite part because some of these are so helpful, and this is what I wish I knew before I came. Your suitcase will fit under your bed. There is like so much space under your bed. I have quite a big suitcase, so just putting it under there just gets it out of the way, so that's super helpful. I know some halls have like a specific room that you can store your suitcase in, but it's definitely good at Capital that they can fit under the beds. I will try to insert some measurements of the different cubes and things in the wardrobes, because that is definitely what I wanted to know before moving here. But just letting you know that in the baskets, where my baskets are grey, those are 30 by 30 baskets, and I actually got those from Spotlight. I looked around for ages to find the right basket sizes, so I don't know if they'll still have them, but my grey baskets are from Spotlight, 30 by 30, and they fit perfectly in all of the like cubes by the lockable. And then I don't have any boxes in my other cube thing except for these small ones that like don't really maximize the space that well, but those are from Kmart, and I will grab the measurements and like put them on screen and stuff for you guys so that that's a bit more helpful. But yeah, there's other people whose boxes fit perfectly in there as well, so I might go get like Matt's measurements for you guys. These boxes are 36 by 36 and they fit into the standalone cube one, but you can only fit 3 because the 2 bottom ones are a different size. So those are perfect there, and then the 30 by 30 are perfect in the other one. If you have a lot of things to hang up, then thin hangers definitely help because you can fit more hangers in, so obviously the clothes are like more smushed at the bottom, but thin hangers equals more space. I'd also suggest buying some of those like hooks that you stick up and you can pull off without like damaging the wall or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but I have them on the back of my door so I can hang up my towels and anything for the shower. And people have them for like rain jackets, their bags, things like that. You could get them just for the back of your door, you could get them for the back of your door and the side of your wardrobe. It just makes like a little bit more extra space when you need it. Remember to bring a lock for your lockable. I don't really use my lock, but it definitely helps pulling it open. And inside my lockable, I don't keep valuables, but I know a lot of people do. Some people just use it as like a snack drawer, which they lock up. I just put the things in there that I need like all the time. Like I just want them out and I can grab them out easily. So it's like not very pretty in there, but it's just everything that I would need a little bit organized. So I can grab out like my perfume, my makeup, what else is in there? Keys, drinks, yeah. And then another storage thing would be like trinket trays and also just like pots for like your pens and stuff, like things that you kind of wouldn't think about. Like when you have it at home and you're using it, you might want it here as well. So I actually bought mine from home. So I've got like a trinket tray for my jewelry, trinket tray for my AirPods and my keys for going around cap. Just so everything's like easy access, like my credit cards are like right there. Like I can just grab it and go. And then also on my desk, I use like jars from the Salvation Army, which all cost me like $1 each. I think they're just glasses, just all my pens and stuff, because I totally blanked on bringing a pen holder because at home I have a drawer for my pens. So yeah, just like little things like that you might forget about. Just what you use at home you'll need here, but some things aren't hard to replace. Like there's a Salvation Army like 3-minute walk from Capital, so definitely not stressful. And then the last thing I would say, and everybody who knows me at Capital and my room knows that I fully maximize this, and it's underbed storage. I have these trays. 2 of them are underbed storage containers from Kmart and they come with wheels, but I don't think they sell them anymore. So that's super annoying. But one that I did get after they stopped selling that is like a wrapping paper box from Warehouse. And I know it sounds super random, but they are the perfect size. So you can fit 3 underbed storage containers underneath the bed, pull them out, and it has all your clothes inside it or anything else you need to store. Like if you play a lot of sports, you need like sports gear, gym gear, whatever, like under there. It's just really good way to maximize the space in here. With my little businesses and stuff, like I have a lot of clothes going on in my room, as you probably have noticed from the clips of my room. But yeah, underbed storage is definitely something I would like preach if you do not have enough space. It's also a really good way to ship your stuff down here. Like you can buy the underbed storage box, put it in the box, wrap it up and post it down here like that. That way, yeah, just way smarter than like buying a cardboard box and you have nowhere to put the stuff that was in the cardboard box. But yeah, and if you're gonna do this, would also suggest Marie Kondoing everything. It takes so long. Like I'm definitely not gonna like make that seem easier than it is. I sat there for like a long time folding all my clothes that used to be on hangers, but it is so helpful. It maximizes the space so much. You can see everything lying in there. You know where everything is. But yeah, underbed storage boxes, that's where it's at. But yeah, I kind of think we've come to the end of the video. I really hope that I've included all the hacks for you guys. If I think of anything else before I edit this, I'll add it in a clip of me saying it. But yeah, I think that's kind of it. Oh, I'm super excited to give you guys this video and I really, really hope it helps. If you have any more questions, please comment them down below and I will try and get back to you with my best answers. And if you're coming to halls next year, I wish you like the best of luck. It's such a great experience. Just remember, it's what you make it. Everybody's in the same boat as you, especially at the beginning. Like, use that to make friends. Like, you're gonna have the best time. I hope to produce some more uni videos for you guys soon. I've got a couple of interviews with some different RAs coming up. But yeah, good luck in hauls and thanks for watching. I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!